Okay. Wonderful. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the kickoff webinar for our season 12 fall season. And already you guys are making history because this is the first time in the history of RSWB to have a fall season. And, as an organization, we try to listen to the needs of our runners. And we try our best to, satisfy those needs if we all think that that is a very valid ask. And one of the feedback that we got from seasons past is that, hey, I live in Texas, I live in India, I live in very hot areas. While I like to run, but starting a season right in the middle of summer, it just gets too much. It's just too hot, and running is no fun anymore. As it is, it's a bit of a challenge if you're a new runner. On top of that, if you have extreme heat, then it's just not viable. And as coaches, we also agree because it's not necessary for us to put our body through that level of exertion and then train hard and then go from there. So we have this time, we thought we will try out a little delayed start for some of the runners who choose to join the fall program, so that we start a little late around August 12th. So a little heat is still there, but by the time the season picks up, things get uh, cooler than what it will be. And as a result, our runners can benefit from a better running conditions, as well as can focus on training. So that was the goal of the fall season. And we thought a few runners will join, and we will, help them out. Of course, as with anything, runner's eye, when we do something with a good heart and with good intention, a lot of folks support us. And that's exactly what happened. So we are kicking off this season with 230 of you are starting in the fall season. 230 runners are starting in the fall season. Yes, that deserves a little bit of an applause by itself. Huge start. For context, 230 is all the total number of runners for the first 5 seasons of runners I put together. 230 is more than that. So that's really what, to say how interesting start this fall season is. Clearly, people like this offering, and we will continue to work through it. But given this is the first time, we also have teething trouble a little bit. So we are trying to figure it out, like what is the best way to offer this. And thank you for joining this orientation kickoff sort of a webinar where we try to lay out how all of this will come together for all of you. Okay, so that's with that introduction, I just wanted to warmly welcome all of you to this official beginning of season 12 fall season. I'm flanked by 3 of my lovely coaches who will be a part of the coaching staff for you all for the fall season. And let me introduce myself just to save some time. On my left, at least in my webinar window, we have Coach Shariq. Coach, if you can just raise your hand. Yep, there he is. Very senior runner, been a full marathon runner, par excellence, Boston Marathon runner. He's been coaching with us for a couple of seasons now. Very well sought after runner coach, and he's based out of New Jersey. And thank you, Coach Shariq, for joining us today. And then right below Coach Shariq we have Coach Swathi. She is coming in from India. She lives in India, and right now she's in a visit here in the US, but she lives in Chennai. So definitely those of you who are kickstarting, and I know there's a lot of you who are kickstarting this fall season from India. So definitely this is your key point person from your local time zone as well. And Coach Swathi has been with us for a long time. She's a born and brought up runner in runner's high. She started off a running journey, I think maybe 6, 7, 8 seasons ago. Is that fair to say, Coach? Yeah, 6, 7, 8 seasons ago. Multiple half marathons, and going for full marathon shortly, as well as she's a coach. She started her stint last season. She's already coaching a bunch of folks here. On top of that, she's also the main force behind our In Pursuit movie that you probably would have watched as part of the welcome package that we sent you. If not, please watch it. It just captures the magic that happens on a regular basis within the runner's eye ecosystem. And Coach Swathi was the prime mover. She was a director of that movie. And it was we are very very proud of what she laid out for us in terms of capturing the various stories a little. No, I mean, there's hundreds of stories that happens in the platform. This is just a few stories to give you an idea of what is possible within our ecosystem. So welcome, Coach, for this. And then finally we have Coach Saurabh, who is based out of Houston. Hey, Coach, based out of Houston. Again, he's been with us for very, very, very long time as a runner. He's been a coach for maybe 6, 7 seasons now, and an extremely well-liked coach from the Texas region. So as fall runners, I know there's a lot of folks from Texas as well. So you have someone who is in your region who knows how to run in heat and who has been doing it. So he was definitely instrumental in telling the management team that yes, we should have a season that is slightly more suitable for folks in our region, and here we are. So welcome, Saurabh and Shariq and Swathi, and welcome all of you attendees. We see about 17 of you, and I'm sure there are more who will listen to the recordings as well. But all of you, welcome to the official kickoff of season 12, fall season with Runner's Eye. So little logistics. Let us definitely continue to use the webinar chat window. And what will happen is I will share the screen. So obviously I'll not be able to see most of you or the chat as well. But my fellow coaches will be sort of monitoring the chat, and any questions, any comments you have, they will definitely respond live so that we can use that model as well. So I'm going to share my screen. Shariq, if you can just tell me if you're able to see my screen, that'll be great.
Yep, I can see.
Wonderful. Okay, so let's kickstart. So we have put together a short presentation to highlight what you can expect, what this is all about, and maybe some introductions about us and about our organization is due for all of us, and we go from there. So welcome. Magic in Motion is the tagline for our season, and you will soon get to know that every season we have a tagline which we sort of coalesce around, and this is where we communicate through this. Our t-shirts are designed with this, our logos are there, our certificates, pretty much across the board you can see this Magic in Motion theme that prevails around all season 12 work. And this tagline, we it's a bottom up tagline. That means the runners of last season, they contribute, and there is a little polling kind of a thing, and the winner is selected. And then we have our own in-house design team. We design the logo, and what you really see is like the two hands of a magician. At least that's what we're trying to do, and the magic is happening between that, and that magic is you running in between. So that's really the Magic in Motion. We all love this tagline, guys. So a little bit of disclaimer, of course, and then let's start with this quote from Thomas Jefferson, which always motivates me, and which is, if you want something you have never had, you must be willing to do something you have never done. Which in many ways has, I think, captures our current state right now, which is you all have signed up for a program, and I'm sure some of you might be thinking, oh my god, I've never run in my life, or am I a runner? Have I signed up for something that, can I even do it? So many thoughts might be going in, but the very fact that you are here just tells us that you want to do something that you have never done till now. And with that thought process, then there is unwritten or unsaid understanding that if you want something you've never done, definitely you should be ready to do something you've never done as well. So that's what our program, we kick off with that thought. Keep that in mind. And there's another lovely quote. It's all about the limitations that we put on ourselves when we take on anything new. And what's interesting that Jamie says is limitations live only in our minds. If we use our imaginations, then all these limitations becomes limitless. Our possibilities become limitless. And definitely have that thought. The thought that prevents you or makes you feel that, am I able to do that? It is just your mind trying to protect yourself. But you need to tell your mind that actually your body is capable of something a lot more than what you think you can do right now. And that discovery process is what this 16-week journey is going to be. And when you go through this journey, magic will happen. Magic in motion is the result. So first, let me offer a couple of minutes on just giving you an idea of who we are as an organization, as people, who we are. And the best way to explain that is, at the end of the day, we all are just simple, ordinary people, as in all of us, from our coaches to 975 runners who are running right now in our organization. That includes you as well, you all as well, and about 2,500 folks who have gone through through our system. We all, if you think about it, none of us are any college level professional athletes, have been athletes like that. We all are regular, ordinary people, but we are all very proud to go after and trying to do extraordinary things, which is who we are. We are so proud of who we are. We we know who we are right now, but we set our goals quite high and we work hard to achieve it. That's really who we are. And I'm sure all of you can relate to that thought. I want to share with you, just to give you an idea, what happens every season. So this is a collection of the race day that happened in season 11, when all of us, these ordinary people, had these extraordinary goals and they achieved their goals. Let us see how that looks like. And we had about 4 race days within Runners High. We will have it here as well. We had a race in Texas, in New Jersey, in Chennai and Bangalore for our masters, senior citizens. And this is a short clip to sort of quell what happened on that day for you to sort of enjoy. Take a look.
In the early light, my run has just begun. With the rising sun, I'm out for fun. With doubts behind my spirit, soaring in the golden light, I find my road. Through the fields I run in the sunset breeze. Each ride I take a smile on my face. Echoes of joy, a trail I blaze. Runners high in the happy place.
So as you can see, guys, every time I watch this video, I do get a goosebump. I do get a goosebump, and we all, not just me, you can see we are our runners spread the gamut. We run globally. We go all kinds of races. You can see we come in all shapes and forms and sizes and age and male, female. We are age. Our runners spread anywhere between 6 years to 85 years. First timers to folks who have been running 20 years plus. You name it. They have all come. They've all focused. They all have trained, and they have achieved their goals, and thereby not only doing something good for themselves, but inspiring and motivating their friends, family. And that's how RHWB has been. The journey has been defined, just driving impact in people's lives, bring happiness, and make amazing people, find amazing people, and connect all of them. Really, that's really how Runners High has grown all this years. And a little bit of an introduction about myself. This is Bala. Of course, you've heard from me multiple times. I am the head coach here, and I live in New Jersey. That's my dog Destiny, and I have a beautiful wife and two lovely daughters, Renu, Dia, Disha. All of them are runners. I've had my share of marathons. I think I've done about 12 marathons or so. I don't consider call myself any amazing runner or anything. I'm just a slow runner, but I just love the sport because it has given me so much. It has given me a feeling of achievement every time I go for a race and finish it. That runner's high stays with me for a long time, being in a very positive frame of mind. It has given me tons and tons of friends and family who all are together. It has given me my health. I used to have some serious conditions, and that is all I think of the past. I feel I've never been as healthy as I have been right now. Even when I was in my college, I've never been that healthy, I feel. So it's given me a lot, and I'm so proud and of what my journey has been. And this is all about giving back to my friends. Whatever I've experienced, I would like to give others. That's really this. And of course, I also do some mountaineering and some golfing. It's always fun as well. So that's really who I am. And I want to invite Coach Shariq to sort of give a little bit about the coaches and the various management staff of Runners High. A little introduction about them. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Coach Bala. So, welcome, runners. Most of you are probably joining for the first time. Some have probably joined in the previous seasons. But the bottom line is one word that I want you to walk away with, apart from crown jewels, over the next slides, is volunteer. Every single picture, every single face you're going to see is a face of a volunteer, right? That's all we do. And we do it because, you as a runner, I mean, we as runners, we get high when we run. Few of us get high when we see other people run. There is nothing more rewarding than seeing someone achieve their goal after a 16, 18-week grueling journey, a goal that they 18 weeks ago didn't realize they would be able to achieve. So if you can go to the next slide, Bala. So this, I won't have time to go through every single individual here, but as you can see, what you'll appreciate probably here is a journey, right? So as the timeline has slipped towards right, you can see the momentum has been building, right? It's literally like a whole caravan has started to join this organization, not only as runners, but also as coaches. And almost all of these coaches that you see here, they have been previously associated with the organization. I myself, for instance, joined one of the races as, Bala has this category called chief guest. So, it's really just runners who could join, help Bala distributing gifts. And when I saw the organization, I just got blown away by the fact that every single person was just a volunteer, and then I started getting associated with the organization, and that's where I found my other high, which is coaching high. So again, if you go to the next slide, these are new coaches who have just joined. One of them is here with us. That's Swathi. She's I think she's the first India-based coach, right?
Second
Yeah.
one. Second one. The other one is taking a little garden leave.
That's right. That's right. 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 But I will say first Bollywood, Chennai word coach from that we have. She's a movie producer, as Bala shared with us, right? She made a movie. And then we have Saujanya here and Sanjay, who is an extremely avid runner. We go to the next slide. As I said, right? Coaches are the face that you guys see, but these are the faces that actually make things happen, right? You go to this website, you have this seamless experience. And if you haven't started exploring the website, you should really do that. There is an FAQ section there, there are blog posts there. Almost all the questions that you would ask, almost all of them would have an answer on the website. When you come for the race day, you will have a seamless experience in terms of getting signed, in terms of getting, bibs printed for you, you'll have your medals over there. All of this machine that works seamlessly, that's all done based on these great individuals, and some of them actually moonlight as a coach as well. So you'll find, for instance, Soren here, he's a coach. You'll find Aparna here, she's a coach. But everyone else and everyone again, as I said, they get their high when they see on the race day that you achieve, you have that smile on your face. If
Yep.
you move to the next slide.
Yeah. And then guys, what about the one thing I wanted to add here, coach? Like running an organization that is purely volunteer based, but more than 1,000 runners or around 1,000 runners are running, it requires a lot of back end work to bring it all together. And your coaches are the front end of that organization that is driving our mission. But these folks are the folks who are behind the coaches, who brings it all together. The tech platform, the finance platform, the operations platform, these are all folks who work behind the scenes, and you would see their hand touching you in various parts. That if you've already seen, for example, if you go into the website and register, that's our tech platform. Your help desk, that's our tech team that is trying to answer. And mind you, all of them are runners, and they're just pure volunteers. They're just doing it so that they can do something for others. So we should be thankful for this human service that they give for others. Go
Absolutely.
ahead.
It's because of them that we as coaches are able to focus on the work, right? Otherwise, we'll spend a lot of time, figuring other things out. Uh, this is something that within the organization, we're looking to scale as an organization, right? As runners are joining, we need new coaches, right? As runners have progressed in our platform, in our program, we're looking to identify those individuals who have that skill, who have that passion to help others. So that's the new program that we have launched, the Couch to Coach program. This is a new coach induction program that we are launching. Anything you want to add to it, Bala?
No, I just wanted to say that most of these coaches are coming through this program, and we start off from becoming a runner, and then we also give them training, and then eventually they become a coach as well. So that's pretty much it. Go ahead, keep going.
And these are the runners who have been with us for quite some time, as you can see. So first and foremost is Sunil. He's a New Jersey based. Then this is Arati, she's New Jersey, and Raj is New Jersey as well. So you can see most of them have been here for at least few seasons. And over the course of this journey, they have demonstrated not only their passion, their commitment to running, but also, a sense of service that they bring to the table. And they are joining our fall season in season 12 as new coaches. And some of you may interact with them as well.
Yes. And I'm not sure if Coach Sunil, Aarti, and Raj is there in the webinar, but we just wanted to warmly welcome the three of you into our coaching staff. You've been, huge supporter and runner, as well as volunteer of runners' eye activities, and it just speaks volumes that you decided to step up and give your knowledge that you've gained for so many seasons to the fellow runners. So very glad, Sunil, Aarti, and Raj, for making this happen for us. and all the very best in your coaching journey. Um, so thank you so much, Coach, for laying it out a little bit on our coaches and the back end, the management staff. I also want to take this time a little bit to give you an idea of how we have been doing thus far. I mean, for those of you who are just coming in for the first time, we believe in feedback every season. Somewhere in the middle of the season, we send a survey, an NPS survey, and with a lot of comments. And most of our plan and our strategy is all about listening to your feedback as a gift, which it is, and try our best to adopt and take on that suggestion that our runners are telling us. If they're saying we are doing well, we take it and we continue to work hard to earn that spot. And places where we can do better, we focus on it and we try to take a swipe at improving on it. So I just want to give you an idea what was our feedback currently from last season. So this NPS score, most of you would know. What it is we ask folks rate runners high experience thus far and their coaches on a rating of 0 to 10. 10 is absolutely great. So anyone scores a 9 and a 10, we consider that as a promoter. Anything from 0 to 6, we consider that as a detractor. We, as in that's the NPS model and the net promoter score model. And 7 and 8 is somewhere in the middle. So why I'm starting off with that is an NPS score is what percentage of folks are promoters minus the percentage of folks who are detractors. Whatever is the number that comes up, that is your NPS score. And if you think about it, if you get a score of 0, that means the total number of folks who are promoters are the same as the total number of folks, or percentage wise the same as detractors. So 0 is okay. Anything positive means there are more folks who are liking your organization. And of course, if so, the range can go from minus 100 to 100. Minus 100 means pretty much everyone is detractors, plus 100 means everyone is promoters, which is like 9 and 10 rating. And if you look at the companies that are there, this NPS is a very standardized way of looking at the feedback. And you can see some of the top brands, like an Apple is scoring 50 and they are very happy about it. Tesla has just started, so it's 96. I'm sure it'll stabilize shortly. But Starbucks is 77, Strava is 24, and then of course there are some who are in the negative as well. But as you can see, these are the top companies that are very proud of their NPS scores from their customers. And just to get you an idea that how these numbers roll out typically. And within that context, we got a 92 folks last season. And I'm very proud, and I wanted to start this and wanted to share that with you, is because we work hard to earn it, and we will continue to work hard. I know improving from 92 and beyond is going to be more and more challenging, but so what? We don't shy away from challenges. But that's where we are. The last season, folks gave us, and we are so thankful that they like what we offer. I'm sharing that with you because I want to say that this is the number we want to continue to target and maybe improve on it. And we hope that you guys experience that, and we look forward to your feedback as well. Um, Now comes the coach allocation. So all of you will be, if you are in the pro program, which many of you will start getting your coaches and coaches allocation. But you want to get a sense of who your coaches are, please go to the website, our homepage. And if you scroll down, you will see the coaches section, and each of the coaches got a small bio about who they are. Would encourage you all to sort of click on it. Once you get your coach allocation, at least get a sense of whom you're going to be coached by. So that's the coaches setup. And then what do we bring to the table? So let's also talk about that. What is it that we bring to the table as coaches? I think we have a unique value proposition among organizations like ours, and we believe that we bring 4 distinct value adds to our runners. The first being this notion of we care. We care for you. We care for your success. This is not just a job. This is not something that we do for money. This is something we do voluntarily. We want to enjoy the high that we get by driving positive impact in other people's lives. That's really what brought us together. That's why we do what we do. And the foundational principle for what we do is because we care for you. You will see that in many places. Next is we personalize our training to you. So each and every one of you have signed up for different distances, and each distance have multiple categories. And our training plan reflects where you are in the journey of your running. On top of that, we monitor your run and we provide you personalized feedback to help you in this journey. So you're not alone. You are here, our coaches are here, we will take care of you. All you need to do is just follow through what we are asking you to do. So we personalize it. Of course, we know what we are talking. We know what we are talking. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been, just looking at this screen, just the four coaches here alone. If you just look at the four coaches here alone, we probably represent maybe 60 to 70 race medals. Maybe 40 full marathons are just there in just these four coaches. That's the amount of experience we have. We've been running for years and years. We have been running miles and miles. We have been running, so we know what we are doing. We are all RRCA registered, licensed coaches. We have done our coaching certifications. We keep improving on it. Running is our passion, so we invest in knowledge and expertise. So this is something we bring it to you in a easily biteable, sweet chunks for you to consume. And then finally, we are not just in the business of making you good runners. We believe we are in the business of building character, strong character. A great, strong character is needed to be a strong, long distance runner. And we think that is what is needed. There is going to be ups, there is going to be downs. When you have a very strong character, then you take the up, enjoy the up, be thankful to folks who are giving you that opportunity to be up. And then when you are down, you don't just succumb to it, you also learn from it. You say that that's what life is all about, and that's what running is all about, which is a beautiful metaphor for life. So that's what we bring to the table. And I just wanted to say at the end, our coaching philosophy greatly resembles this beautiful quote, which is: a good coach can change a game, a great coach can change a life, and we want to change lives. That's really what we are, and that's what is our mission, and that's why we are here, trying to help everyone. And that lends itself to the overall mission of our organization, which is develop, connect, and create a strong network of amazing human beings. That's really who we are. That's our mission. As you can note, there is not a single word of running in our mission statement. And the reason is running is a platform. Long distance running is a platform in which we can develop incredible human beings, because it takes a strong strength of character, an appreciation for the hard work, appreciation for others' help in your journey, or an ability to enjoy success and learn from your failures. These are all characteristic traits of amazing human beings that, if you're able to develop it and connect with each other and build this incredible network, I think we have done something well, and we all will have fun. And that's our mission. As I said, the amazing human being takes these four forms. We learn from failure. We have this big audacious goal. Folks who can give more than take, and of course, learn how to enjoy your success, as I had mentioned. Um, as you go through this season, you will foundationally have three pillars of uh, expectations that we have of you. When you do well on all of these three: commitment, an ability to commit to what you have decided and do it daily on a regular, systematic manner. When you're resilient, that means when things go bad a little bit or some kind of disruption happens, an ability to bounce back and then have fun while you do this. If you can do all of these three things, if you bring these three things to the table, your training, your fall season will be incredible. You will be in a very different place just 16 weeks from now, and you would have started a journey of your life that takes you to some beautiful, very happy place. That's what I would leave you with. And I invite Coach Swathi to walk us through a little bit about our journey and our history thus far. Please go ahead, and a little bit of programs that we offer. Go ahead, Swathi.
Thank you, Coach Bala. So, As we've clearly come 12 seasons, but where did we start? We started it as a very, very small community of 12 runners, and that was just our head coach, getting the kids in his community off their butts doing something. And he had no clue where we'd eventually come, but that's where it started. And each season we go with a tagline that's the theme, and the story builds around it. And you can see our journey too is encapsulated sort of in the story, in these themes. And we started off with "We Are Family," and then those parents of those kids joined in, and it became a cohort of 28 runners, and the theme was "Together We Run Far." As you can see from the very top, from the start, community has been a big part of our story, and that's the themes are telling that. And another big pillar that he just talked about was fun, right? And that's the season 3 enshrines that with Run with a Smile. And with 65 runners, we got more momentum going. And what are we wanting to do? We wanted to make it happen, right? And that's season 4 with 100 runners. And what exactly are we trying to do? We are running and transforming, right? And transforming in a very fundamental way, at a very cellular level. And that's, you can see the picture too, right? Going from a couch to like this ultimate hurrah. And that was, as an organization, we were going through this, and as an individual runner too, we were going through this, right? And that's season 5 with 142 runners. And as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, the graphic on the 6th season is, it starts with 5K, 10K, we get our half marathons, and then you'll get to know more of these people who are full marathoners, and then there's the ultra marathoners, and there are some of them right here, crazy people who go ahead and do like the triathlons, and then you'll meet folks who've climbed, Everest even. There's level Jafar, and then level Sonia, it goes from the entire gamut. But that's to say, also, that each and every, it's not the distance that you sign up for. Each and every day, every mile that you run, and every one in every program is, we hold each of that very special. In fact, we've always noticed that our head coach kind of favors the 5K and 10K ones, because they start in this program as runners, and we go through the entire journey, and their basics are really super strong. So every mile is worthwhile was the theme for season 6. And season 7, mind over miles. And that is very key. As you know, it's not even about the body. It's each time you show up, your mind is what is getting tuned, right? And each mile you got to show up fresh, and that's what mind over miles will tell you. And that season we were 439 runners. And going into season 8, raising the theme of fun to another level with joy, right? And also this connecting from to yourself, to your own body, and also to this wider community. And that's the story of Soul to Soul, yeah, with 559 runners. And then we went to 758 runners with this very Olympian theme of fitter, farther, and faster. And then season 10, that was a time that we even look back to, did we even think we would get here? When we started with 12 runners, and we are at 805 runners, and that was miles of excitement. It was extraordinary excess, where, the mystery of where we're going to go forward as well. And season 11, the last season, was, yes, we've come this far, but it's not to rest on our laurels. Where are we now? And it's not about a race with anybody else, but with ourselves, and find your milestone, which is a very special theme that we built around. And season 11, with 835 runners, is kind of encapsulating our story so far. So where are we right now, Coach B? Yeah. So this, with all of you in here, is a historic, never before hit new record for us with 932 runners. That's magic in itself. And as Coach B talked, magic in motion, right? It's basically telling you, sorry. Yeah, Coach. It's basically telling you that, the human brain developed to support motion, right? There's magic there. And then it's also about where you are right now and where you want to be. And RHWB is going to be that transformational magic we hope to be in your lives.
And
It's
coach,
touching us every time as well.
coach, we forgot to update this number now. The latest number now is 978.
I'm not even surprised. We're gonna probably break the ceiling of the into the thousands too soon, right? Yeah, let's go on. So I'll take you a little through where each of you are in one of these places. Either the pro and pro is not by the distance, right? Pro is if you signed up for the whole hog, right, with the coaching, then you're a pro. At RHWB, you're already a runner. Remember that, yeah. So there's 5K, 10K, HM, and full marathon distances, and you're either at the new or return program, and you get the whole hog if you're RHWB pro. And if you signed up for light, which we usually talk about as an option for people who've gone through the system at least once, yeah. And then there are the masters, which are very special, our senior runners, and you'll see a little more about them as we dive in. And we hope that if you've signed up, that you will also help some senior in your life to do this. And this program is entirely free. It's our pet project, especially our head coaches, I'd say. And the differences between these three is if you're in the pro vertical, you get the whole flow from the structured training, your access to the app, the weekend training message, which is very relevant because that is what that ounce of theory you will, instead of getting the whole hog all together at one time, which will be overwhelming, you will get a training message from the head coach, from Bala, and then you will translate that for that week. Yeah. And then your podcast with runners is basically people like you who are going through this journey, and that will answer some questions, or you will know that they've also been at the same place. So it's a beautiful podcast with runners, and all of us get access to this. If you are in the light program, what you do not get is your one-on-one connect with your coach. And where if you're a pro runner, you'll be getting this monitoring. You'll show up, and then your coach will be reading through these metrics, giving you feedback, and which you can implement. And this is it's one of the crowning jewels of the pro line. And then you have your WhatsApp with connecting with the community, which you'll be surprised is how beneficial it can be to belong to this tribe, and you'll gain richly from this.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So in the big overview of the program, the details Coach B will take you through. But if you signed up for 9K, for your 5K, you have either the new runner or the speed track. And if you've got the 10K, you again have the new, experienced, and the speed track. Same for the full marathons and the half marathon. What the difference between the new runner, of course, you're fresh on your legs. So we take you through very basically, like making sure that those increments are correct. And going to the rightmost, the speed is when you want to focus on pace, you want to get to be a more efficient runner, then we take you through the speed track. Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, that is good. That's perfect. So that's the setup, folks. Different distances, different programs within the distances, and there is a customized training plan for each of those. So thank you, Coach. And let me lay out for you how your fall season will unfold. Okay, you don't have to remember any of it, but you can just understand how this will unfold. So we are here today, not today, but day 0 is August 11th. So maybe we are day minus 20 or something, minus 15 or something. So you have enough time from now to the starting day of the season, which is the August 11th, which is a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, it's a Sunday. And from now to then, you will, those of you who have signed up for a pro program, all new runners will be in pro program. That means you will have a coach. So your coach allocation will be completed, already done, but we are just doing some final tweaks. So your coach will reach out to you to set up, connect with you, to set you up a little bit for the program, etc. And then we officially start August 11th. And then the program starts off with the 2 weeks of warm-up. Now, 2 weeks of warm-up for a half marathon and full marathon runners. and 10K runners, and 1 week of warm up for a 5K and master runners. Masters are our senior citizens who are also a separate program. They are in the walking yoga program, and so they also start off on August 11th, and they have a 1 week of training because they have a 10-week program of regular training as opposed to 16-week program for others. So they have 1 week, and rest all will have 2 weeks of warm up. And so warm up is a time when you, as the name suggests, just warm up. Like, make sure your gears are in place, your shoes are in place, your watch is in place. You have connected with your coach. Your coach is able to see your runs and make sure that the data is flowing correctly. Every one of you will have a coach cohort as well. That means you have a small coach cohort WhatsApp group that you will be added into, so that you have a small group of runners that you can connect with. You will also be part of the fall season coach corner cohort, which is my WhatsApp messages that I will provide you every week, training messages, which is a read only message. All of this thing we will get sort of sorted out so that you are ready for the season training. After which we do the 3 week of first 3 week training called as a MISO 1. This MISO 1 training is where the regular season starts, and that goes on till September 14th. Then MISO 2 which is another next 3 week, a little bit more advanced. We kind of slowly keep increasing the intensity of training. So that goes on till about October 25th. About 25% more distance of running will happen from MISO 1. Then goes to MISO 3. Again, 25% more increase from MISO 2 is the MISO 3. That's the next 3 weeks of program. That goes on till October 26th. And then you have a rest week. All of you will have 1 week of rest. That is essentially the time when you just sort of recover, after 3 weeks of 3 mesos of training. And then finally, the final peak meso cycle. This is where you are running at maximum distance and maximum intensity, your training. By that time, you have been in like 13, 14 weeks of training. Anything you do for 13, 14 weeks, your body and mind gets beautifully trained and you're ready. And that's what the peak meso cycle happens. And then there is a bit of a taper. That means you come down a little bit just for your body to get recovered for your race day, which we are planning on December 8th. So that's the journey that all of you will go through. The Masters and 5K program, you start off on the 11th, but you end on the 19th of October, which is the race day for the summer season 12 runners. So you start now, and your end day is the summer season day, race day. So that's your race day. So those of you who are in New Jersey and various other places can actually join our Runners High race day and finish your 5K or any distance, that master's distance, maybe a 10K distance that you have signed up for. That is the way this setup is. It's a 16-week, well-structured program. All you have to think about is how to enter with the right set of gears, with the right set of mindset on August 11th. And before you know, you are on the other end of the season with a medal around your neck. That's how the season goes. It goes quite quickly, and you would enjoy the transformation that you will go through. So with that, I'm going to invite Coach Saurabh to take us through a few other things in the next section. Please go ahead, Saurabh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Thanks,
sorry,
Coach.
Saurabh. I just
Yeah.
wanted to add one other point for which I forgot. So this, we call it the runner's tipping point, which is around the end of peak MISO 1, which is around the September 14th. What we mean by that and what we want to call out is that as we see, we have done our 12th season, right? So we've seen enough runners pass through the program. Folks who can pass MISO 1 date, which is the tipping point week, then it is definitely you are done with that season. You can go through it, because the first starting time is when you have body is just pushing you, the mind is pushing you back. So I just wanted to call that out, because as you start the program, forget about December 8th as your goal. Just think about September 14th as your goal. Somehow you need to get past September 14th. When you do that, 95% of the folks who cross September 14th or MISO 1 are able to absolutely finish the season with flying colors. So that's one message I want to give you. Focus September 14th. Okay. Sorry, coach. Go back to you.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach Bala, for beautifully taking us to through the season, what exactly the runners are expecting. Now, runners, all of you have enrolled for the fall season. So let's get into the details, like what exactly you need to follow this program, right? So first of all, you need to download the Final Surge app on your device, a mobile or so. And then the next thing is you definitely need a running watch, which is either a Garmin or an Apple Watch. No other watches, because Final Search as of now supports only two watches, which is the Garmin and the Apple. And the third thing that you need is the running shoes. Remember, the word I'm telling is the running shoes, not any sneakers or not any other shoes as such. I would highly recommend you to go to your local running store, do your gait analysis, and they will recommend you which shoes basically are the best fit for your leg, right? So there are different brands like Hoka, Brooks, Saucony, New Balance, and whatnot, right? So I highly recommend you to go there, get your shoe from the running store itself, right? And once you have all of these three things, all you need to do is, Coach Bala, if you can go on to the next, uh, yeah, all you need to do is, you need to have the Final Search setup. We will definitely share all those details on the WhatsApp group. Even your coach will also provide you all the details how your watch needs to be connected to the Final Search. And the one thing which I missed is when you are going to the running store, right? Just make sure that you also, or we also encourage you to have the custom insoles, because none of us are perfectly aligned when we do our um, foot when it lands on the flat surface, right? So either it pronates and whatnot, right? So basically, the running shoe store is going to give you some expert guidance, which basically insoles, the custom insoles are best fit for your feet, right? And those insoles goes into your shoes, and then you are perfectly ready to go and do your running activity. If you go on to the next slide, Bala. Yeah. So how exactly it works, right? Whenever you are about to start your running activity, all you have to do is on your watch, start the running activity. In the Final Surge, the data will flow automatically, and then this data will be visible to you as well as to your coach. Before starting your running activity, right, just make sure you go through all the instructions what are there mentioned in the Final Surge, right? Like the very first instruction would be is you have to do your warm up. Once you are done with the warm up, then you would have your number of miles that you have to run in. Like, so for 5K it would be different set of miles as compared to the half marathon or the full marathon. So just make sure that whatever the miles that are mentioned in the Final Search, right, you are running through those miles. And once you are done with it, all you have to do is just end your activity on the watch, and that's it. And whenever the coach goes through your the details, right, they will look at the different metrics, as like at what heart rate you were running in, what was your cadence, what was your speed, and whatnot. I know some of these jargons are little bit going as a bouncer, but don't worry, your coach will definitely guide you through all of this stuff. And all we do is we provide the feedback through the Final Search. So whenever you are going for a run, don't forget your watch, don't forget your running shoes. These are the very basic thing before you start your run. Don't forget to turn on your activity onto your watch, because if the activity is not turned on to the watch, no data will flow to the Final Search, and your coach will comment, hey, where is the run which you are supposed to do. So these are some of the basic stuffs which you have to do. And once you are done with that, the coach will definitely provide the feedback, looking after your run, right? Apart from that, right, we have the WhatsApp group wherein there are bunch of WhatsApp group, but the mandatory ones is the coach corner group. The link is there. I'm sure your coach will reach out to you and will also provide you the details. Now, this coach corner group is only the read only for you, and only the messages are posted by the head coach or some of the other coaches in this group. Then the second group, which is your coach specific cohort group, your respective coach will add you to this particular group, and this will be for all of the categories, like whether it is pro or masters. And in this group, you will be doing one-on-one interaction with your cohort, other runners, and your coach as well, right? So you will definitely have the read and write access in this group. Then we have the overall RHWB groups as well, which is like an optional, but I would highly recommend if you need some kind of motivation, and if you are interested in seeing what all other runners are doing and whatnot, right? But just don't get overwhelmed with the too many number of messages that comes in onto this group, because and this group is specifically only about the running. So if you are doing any destination run, feel free to post on that group, and people will like it, and they will definitely reach out to you, or you can make a further connects. Then we also have the RHWB help desk. This group is created is if you are running into any issues, and if you need to reach out to the help desk support, feel free to join this group. Once your issue has been addressed, we request you to leave this group as soon as uh, that once you are done with it. If you go on to the next slide, Coach Bala. Yeah, this is how it looks. Basically, we have all the groups are created under as a community group, and Coach Corner is the one which I mentioned. If you are interested, you can join any other groups which are like uh, uh, if you're a dog lover, you can join the RHWB runners doggies and whatnot. And most important, if you are located in any of those areas like Boston, California, Texas, UK, you are welcome to join any of those groups, and you can connect to different runners, different peoples, other coaches from the different areas, basically help to grow your network.
Exactly, guys. The point is, there is just two mandatory: your coach group, your coach cohort, that is your individual coach cohort, and your larger coach corner, which is my messaging. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But there are so there are so many other groups that are optional that you can join based on your interest. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, and going on, we just don't stop there. You can also go ahead and join the Facebook group, follow us on Instagram. We do keep on posting the latest updates on the Instagram. Also, as the coach Shariq mentioned, go and check the website. There is tons and tons of information available, what all gears you should buy, what all destination runs you can do, and whatnot, right? A good amount of information over there. Also, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Basically, you will get to know whenever the coach Bala posts any podcast or any weekend message, apart from the email as such. You will get to know all those details. Also, there is a charity miles which you can join. Basically, all you need to do is run, and your miles will get converted to some dollar amount, and that dollar amount will be given to the charity firms which are helping out the different folks at the different levels. So these are just out of the interest, but we highly recommend you to be on all of these platform and start following the RHWB.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach Saurabh. So I want to invite for the last section. I want to invite Coach Shariq back. So what we did is we in the towards the end of last season we had asked the participants, the runners, that hey, uh, give us some suggestions, what you feel, thoughts to so that we can collect all of that and then in an easy way share it to the next set of next season new runners coming in like a gift to them. So Coach Sharik, why don't you take us through what we learned from them?
Absolutely. If you thought you're joining a running program and you'll be just working with an individual coach on a one-on-one basis, well, guess it's more than that, right? This is a movement. You have over 1,000 runners, right, and coaches. So why not leverage the collective wisdom? So what you see on the next set of screens is a result of what we have, the collective wisdom that we have garnered, right? This is an advice from the senior runners, right? I mean, obviously you can see the words that come out of it, is it's awesome, it's magical, they accomplished something, it was inspiring, right? You will see the words like succeed, memorable, they're there as well, but at the end of the day the journey was magical, right? And hopefully that is what you will be able to realize as well. If we go to the next slide, this is more important, right? So as you take on your journey, right? And I was this morning, we had actually a cohort, we had a New York City cohort run this morning, and I was running with one of the runners who has done a half marathon. This will be her first full marathon, and she was saying, I don't know if I have the stamina to run the full 26.2 miles. And this is exactly what I told her. Just trust in the plan, believe in the plan, follow the journey, right? And and I'm just so amazed that that's the word that came out from as a word of advice that came out as well. At the end of the day, most of you are looking to accomplish a new goal, a new journey that you have never done it. I have been there. When I ran my first half marathon, I had not run more than 10 miles in my training journey. And on that day, when I ran 10.01 mile, I was so amazed that I could do it, that I didn't fall apart. So we all are collectively just telling you, believe in it, trust in it, the magic will happen, and you will see great things come out. And that's the word of advice that we get, that we have so far secured from our runners as well. So if we move to the next slide. Uh, Having said this all, there are a couple of key things that we all should remember, right? First and foremost, again, it is still less than 1% of the world population who have run a full marathon. Running 26.2 miles, 42 kilometer is an insane number, right? So for those of you who have signed up for a full marathon, or even if you've run a 5K, I'm telling you, the day you can run 5K, you have the material to sign up for a full marathon. It's a journey, you can't do the next day, but it's there. Now, the key thing there is consistency. The key thing there is sticking to the plan. And that's what Coach Bala and Coach Saurabh were talking about, right? So the rule that we have is a 2-week rule, right? We as coaches would expect you to be consistent to this game, right? You need to consistently execute the plan. So if we find that there have been 2 weeks and you have not been able to follow the plan, right? And we'll be in touch with you. And if this is not for a valid reason, like let's say you are injured or there's something else that come up and there is radio silence from you, then we'll respectfully request you to move from the coach program to the light program. And obviously the main reason is so that we as coaches can prioritize our effort on runners who really need that help. Yeah. If we move to the next slide. Now, when you stick to the plan, this is the metrics that you'll be getting, right? So at the end of every mesocycle, we as coaches will score you. There are 3 metrics we follow. We look at your commitment. We obviously look at the dedication. And last but not the least, we want to make sure you're having fun. So we evaluate each and every runner on those metrics. We see, did you finish all your runs? Even if you couldn't finish all the run, maybe there is an effort that you made, right? Let's say you're injured and you couldn't run, but you at least walked, right? Or you did something to remain engaged with the program, right? All of those factors, all of those variables feed into this equation, and out of it comes out a number, right? And we celebrate all our runners. So, there are mid-season parties, there are end-of-the-year season recognitions, and we really celebrate our runners who are able to achieve this 5.0 rating. If you move to the next slide. Okay, so this is what Coach Saurabh had just alluded to. Make sure your shoes and watches are ready, right? You have downloaded the Final Surge app, you're connected to the watch. This is what we'll be evaluating in the warm-up season. Join the WhatsApp groups that Coach Saurabh walked you through, and you should be ready to dive in. And I'm telling you, the magic in motion will change your life. The next slide. So before we sign off, right? Again, as I said, these set of slides are there really to help you, learn from the collective experience, the collective wisdom of approximately 1,000 runners that we have, right? This is what people have voted, what they have preferred. I personally have played with S6, Saucony, and with Hoka and Nike as well. I haven't tried Brooks myself, but obviously, as you can see, overwhelming number of runners have played with Brooks and they really love it. So again, this is especially for those of you who are new to the running game and you want to evaluate which shoe to pick up. This may help you. But again, every person has a different experience with shoes, so try it out and see what works for you. Next, last but not the least, well, no, this is not the last, this is one more data point to cover. But here are some reasons, here are some challenges that people have found in sticking to a schedule, right? The first and foremost is the work pressure, with hybrid gradually sliding down and there is more expectation of being at office. We need to get a little bit more creative about how we use our schedule, how we leverage our schedule. Should we do lunch runs? Should we do run before the morning? Some are evening runners, but work pressure is the most cited reason why people couldn't stick to your run, right? Again, lack of time and work pressure. I think the first two reasons, you can really handle it by being a little bit more, I would say, proactive, a little bit more engaged in planning your day, in planning your week rather, right? If you're able to resolve the challenge, you should be able to figure that out. Sickness and injury and travel is something that unfortunately that's an unexpected thing. We'll have to see. Lethargy and procrastination hopefully will be resolved if you're more proactive, as I alluded about work pressure and lack of time. And then there was some who have probably never had any miss anyway. We'll move on to the next slide. This is the one that I was really wanting to say, last but not the least, right? When you look at yourself, there are two aspects. I mean, if you compare yourself to a racing car, right? A racing car has an extremely powerful engine, but a racing car also has an extremely efficient and well-tuned chassis, right? Your body, your chassis is important. Running really focuses on improving your engine. But if you do not invest in taking care of your chassis, your body will fall apart. And that's what you see, right? You see people have experienced knee injuries, foot injuries, ankle injuries, right? And you will see in this program, we are not only just focusing on running, we're also focusing on improving your chassis, on improving your body. It's those strength training sessions that we have that you really need to focus on. And starting this season, based on the feedback, we have also included work along videos. So some feedback that we got was that, hey, these videos that we had were too segmented, right? I want a continuous 30-minute session that I can just follow along. So we are really prioritizing our focus on improving your strength, your mobility, so that we can reduce the risk of injury. But the first and foremost injury that people found was knees. Again, there is a very nice video that Coach Bala had made a few years ago around running form. I would just ask you to reach out to your coach and ask your coach to share that video in the cohort again. At the end of the day, there are a few things you need to avoid, like heel strikes. And again, we'll go in more advanced topics as you get engaged with your coach. But focusing on your form, focusing on your strength training will help you avoid most of these running injuries.
Absolutely.
I'll hand it
Thank
over to
you.
you, Coach Bala.
Thank you, Coach Shariq. It's like really lovely, way of going through this. So, folks, um, I hope by now you would have had a sense of who we are, what you are getting into, what are the expectations from you, how would the program unfold, what are the some of the learnings that we got from our current runners that they are giving you. So that's what we have covered, and I just want to end with two small items that are we also work with our partner organization called Fitness Kriya. So they provide one-on-one yoga. More than 250 of you had indicated in your application that you're interested to know about this. And I sent out an email to the folks who said yes, and it looks like it might have gone into the spam because we had said it as a yoga offer on the subject line. So I'll send it again. But this is the thing. It's a one-on-one program, given by professional yoga teachers who got masters and PhD in yoga, and it's on a very easy to use tech platform. We have three free classes available for runners, high runners, and then a 10% discount off the list price. Comes to about, if you take 8 classes a month, it comes to about $17 a month, a class of one-on-one yoga sessions. And I mean, I've been in this journey now for 6 months. It's been an incredible effect on me as a runner as well as in general. Yoga is just, as you all know, it attacks the flexibility, the mobility that is needed for your joints, which is of course very very important um, for running as well. So those of you might be interested to check out, at least I recommend you to check out the 3 classes first. Of course, 3 free classes, you have to put in your credit card and then you can always take it out. But the links are here. Click check on it, and then you can go from there. Finally, we also believe that everyone requires time to time some form of a mental health checkup as well, or someone to talk to. So we have something called as a mental health helpline. One of our runners, a doctor, a psychiatrist, offered his time to help. So basic idea here is, if you want a helpline, you want to talk to a professional even before going to a doctor. Just want to talk to a professional, just to get an idea of where things are or any suggestions and recommendations. Of course, he won't write prescriptions for you on the online, but he would be able to tell you what you need to do as a next step. This is something completely confidential, just between you and your doctor, but it's something that we want to offer to our runners, our mental health helpline. Just go and click on this link, and you will see a WhatsApp link that you can just click on it, and then you have a direct one-on-one with this doctor. And there are some instructions that you just have to follow, and then set up an appointment with our friend, and then we go from there. So that's something that whoever wants to use, and it's highly confidential, so you don't know, but none of us will track that, or none of us knows about it. It's just between you and your doctor, but it is another avenue that we want to give, because if you want to develop everyone holistically, physical and mental fitness both are required, and this is something it is our way of saying that is important, and our way to help all of you. So that's really what our this let me stop sharing. This program, this introduction is all about. Hopefully it covered many of the items, and I see a lot of questions also came on the side, and our coaches have been responding. So thank you folks for being here, and I hope that it answered many of your questions. We will be sending you the recording as well as the information, and we can go from there. So all the very best for your season from now to August 11th. Just sit back, relax, chill, just read the mails and just make sure you're ready. You don't have to worry about anything. We will take care of it as we start. We will guide you, we'll handhold you, and trust me when I say that you've seen more than 2,500 folks gone through this pipeline, and I'm sure all of you will do as well. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Take care all.
Thanks, guys. All the very best.
Thanks. Have fun time.
all of you can, coaches, if you can just stay for a couple of seconds after everyone leaves, and then everyone else can leave, and I will send you the information too. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nandini, Meera.
Bala, you can stop recording, right?
Yes, thank you.